Well, what is going on, everybody? It's another Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970 The Answer, and we're coming up to the end of April and the beginning of May. May next will be already in full swing next Sunday. It's actually my birthday weekend. I didn't really do too much for my birthday weekend. My birthday is actually on Tuesday, but didn't do too much. No real plans. Got together with a group of guys. Actually, the four of us have not been together since high school, let's put it that way. One guy has been the outlier because he's not really on social media. So the other two, my best friend, Mark, my other buddy, Don, who I met in high school. The other guy that was with us, Rob, we all met over at Wet Ticket Brewing. I've known him since grammar school. He and I kind of reconnected at a concert last year. And then we said, look, we all got to get together and have some beers. And it took a few months, but we finally got to get together. That's really the message here, right? When you're an adult later in life, friendships matter, and you need to maintain them. It's important that you get together every so often and sort of catch up. Yeah, the texting, and maybe getting on the phone and talking to somebody, that's always good. But physically being in the same place together, and whether it's sharing food or drink or concert, whatever it is, it's important that we do these things because that's how you maintain friendships. That's how you stay young, right? I mean, the people, in my experience, I don't want to go too far into this, but in my experience, the people that are older that didn't have friends, I don't want to say they didn't live long lives, because some did, but I don't think they were productive lives or happy lives. They just sat there waiting to go. That's just my assessment. I could be wrong. Coming up in 20 minutes, Brie Devlin, the executive director of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey, is going to join me on the program. 20 minutes or so. New Jersey Pint Day is coming up Thursday, June 4th. It's a relaunch of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey logo and swag as well. Plus, she was at the Craft Brewers Conference in Philly this past week. We got a bunch of things to talk about, especially New Jersey Pint Day with Brie. And it's coming up very shortly. We're going to have some fun with Brie. It's always a good time with her. Now, let me tell you about some things that are going to be happening in the next several months and weeks as we go through Craft Beer Land, as it were. One of my favorite events that I have been attending every single year is Killsboro's Pizza Party. It is an awesome event. It is a benefit that helps out Snug Harbor, which is a place that's near and dear to my heart. Where all the money raised goes to keeping the cultural center open, and this event sells out every year. It is a fantastic time. It's beer and pizza, music, good times. You can't beat it, all right? Saturday, July 25th, pizza party at Snug Harbor Cultural Center. Actually, let me just I needed to delete something there. So what's included in your ticket? It's a 4-hour outdoor picnic-style event. It's unlimited beer samples from Killsboro Brewing and other local breweries. Last year there was 30, which was the biggest amount of breweries that they had at the event. It's mostly New York and New Jersey. There are some outliers, but most of it is New York and New Jersey. Fresh pizza made by some of the best Staten Island pizzerias in New York City. Live entertainment, outdoor games, picnic-style fun, and more. Brewery and pizza list to follow. Tickets will follow as well. It's a pricey ticket, but understand that 100% of the proceeds of this goes directly to Snug Harbor. The breweries don't make any money. Nobody makes money off of this event. It's all going to a great cause. So I love it. It's near and dear to my heart. This is year number 6 that they're having this event. I've been to every one. My son accompanied me last year. Had a great time. He doesn't drink beer, but he loves pizza. So, it was a perfect thing for him. And then afterwards, we headed over to Killsboro because now the brewery is open, and we had some more pizza and just had a really great time. It's a phenomenal event. The tickets will be going on sale. I believe it is May 4th. I think the tickets go on sale. Let me just double-check that. If you go to Eventbrite, you can get all the information there. Yeah, tickets are on sale May 4th at 9 a.m. You definitely want to get on the early bird because you save a little bit of money. It is definitely worth it. It is one of my favorite events of the year, and I hope if you buy tickets and you come, I hope that I see you and say hello. We can share a beer. The other big news that happened late last week, it was late a week ago Friday. The show was already done, so I couldn't get it in, but 21st Amendment, which had closed because of rising costs. They weren't doing a lot of contract brewing, and so they decided to close. Well, Evil Genius out of Pennsylvania is bringing back 21st Amendment. And this is wild. So in the press release, Evil Genius is taking over 21st Amendment. They will be returning Hell or High Watermelon, Brew Free or Die Blood Orange, and the Amendment Lager. They're bringing it all back. Luke Bowen, Trevor Hayward, which I believe we had one of the guys on the show before. I think it was Luke. I'm pretty sure we had Luke on the program. I have to check that. They have been spending nearly 15 years building deep distributor relationships. And what they are going to do because of their distributor relationships, they're going to make 21st Amendment. Now, I don't think they're going to continue to make it in California, or they're going to make it in Philly and ship it out. Those details are yet to be sort of fleshed out here. But Bowen says here, as we work to meet the existing demand of 21st Amendment coast to coast and expand Evil Genius's footprint, we're exploring additional opportunities in how to scale production to support beer freshness and distributor needs. With the consolidation of the industry, there's a lot of great beer and brands with rich histories at risk of being left behind. We want to prevent the industry from losing legacies. We're open for business. So 21st Amendment is available in California, across Northern California and the Bay Area. It's also available in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and New York. So they're using those distribution relationships to reach a coast-to-coast distribution footprint by June. It's kind of cool. Look, I'm happy that that they're retaining this, and this is going to be a thing. I just wonder where they're going to be making the beer. They're going to continue to make the beer out of California and then ship it, or are they going to do a half and half? We'll make some in California, we make some in Pennsylvania. Stone does that by making some of their beer in Virginia now and some of it in Southern California. So we'll see what happens there. But kudos to 21st Amendment. This is pretty awesome, and they will be back and ready to go. So, just sit tight, folks on the East Coast. You're going to get 21st Amendment very soon. Pizza Port, we'll keep it in California. Pizza Port in San Diego, they're celebrating their 16th anniversary party on Saturday, May 16th from noon to 5 p.m. It's a special anniversary pizza, delicious barbecue offerings, and the release of their anniversary IPA. There'll be a beer garden in the parking lot, a tie-dye station, plenty of family-friendly fun. They will have more event information very soon. They want you to come together and celebrate 16 sweet years in Ocean Beach. So that is pretty cool. Now, Hops for Hope, another charity event that is done by the Lost Tavern that does a great job raising money for pediatric cancer. They have raised tens of thousands of dollars for pediatric cancer. It's an awesome event. And they hold it at their Hellertown location, or the little brewery place right around the corner. It's a short walk, maybe a 3-minute walk from the brewery. Now, Hops for Hope is set for September 19th. Tickets are on sale now. And what they're doing something different this year. I haven't gone the last couple of years because they broke it up into 2 separate 2-hour sessions. And for the price, and me having to travel almost 100 miles, it was a little bit pricey for me. So I opted not to do it for the last couple of years. This year, they're doing a single 3-hour Pours for Purpose session. It's from 2 to 5 p.m. And for the first time ever, they're introducing a special VIP ticket option. The VIP ticket includes an extra hour from 1 to 2 p.m. with special brewery offerings exclusively for VIP guests, plus complimentary Southern Comfort bites from Clam Jam Boil and Barbecue during the start of the VIP experience. Clam Jam will be set up throughout the event, selling their full menu of delicious eats, so please consider supporting them as they donate to maximize funds raised. They're also offering a $10 designated driver ticket. It also grants access to the tap room. You have to be 21 and older only on the Beer Fest grounds. 100% of the proceeds, of course, as I said, support the fight against pediatric cancer. There are a ton of breweries that come to this event. I mean, it's enormous. There's got to be 30, 40 breweries at this event. It is a massive event that raises money for pediatric cancer. It's a lot of fun. I've been to it for a couple of years. Don't know if I'm going back this year because September is a busy month for me. I got a bunch of concerts. My best friend is getting married, so I might not end up going. But the tickets are on sale now, and this event definitely sells out. So you definitely want to get in on this early, and not wait. Lost Tavern Brewing, check them out on Facebook. There'll be a clickable link there, and you can buy tickets there. And then finally, Trummer Brewery is closing. Firestone Walker has taken over the brand. And so, of course, as expected, 33 jobs are going to be cut. Those take effect on May the 29th. So Gambrinus had filed this, and again, they moved production of Trummer Brewery over to Firestone Walker's Brewery in Paso Robles, California. So no surprise that they're going to be cutting jobs, and 33 of them will be cut as of the end of May, May the 29th. When we come back after a short break, we're going to have more news and notes from around the beer world and our weekly segment with Gary Monterosso, talking all about festivals. We'll see what Gary has to say there. That's coming up next on the Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970 The Answer. Welcome back to the Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970 The Answer. And boy, do we have some breaking news in the beer world. You know, you just never know, right? So we'll get to the breaking news in just a second, but coming up in just a bit. Brie Devlin, the executive director of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey, she's going to join me on the program. New Jersey Pint Day, that's coming up on Thursday, June the 4th. We're going to have a relaunch of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey logo. There's new swag. There's all kinds of stuff to get into with Brie. She was also at the Craft Brewers Conference in Philly this past week. So we'll catch up with her about that. A lot of things to get to with Brie coming up very soon. But what happened at the time of the Craft Brewers Conference, this actually happened late in the evening Monday, early Tuesday morning. I got the alert when I woke up around 3 a.m. So here's the deal. Duvel and Firestone Walker have purchased Stone Brewing. Or as they say, they have inked a definitive agreement to acquire the Stone Brewing brand from Sapporo USA. Now, this is the second time that Sapporo has bought an American brewery and has done something different with it, right? With Anchor Steam, they ended up closing it because they couldn't produce Sapporo beer the way they wanted it. So then they bought Stone. They went into an agreement with Greg Cook and Stone and said, this is where we're going to make Sapporo beer. And they got 2 locations. There's one in San Diego, one in Virginia. We'll be bi-coastal, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Well, after just a couple of years, they have decided we're selling. So financial terms of the deal were not made public in the initial release. Transaction is expected to close by the end of next month, pending customary closing conditions. So Firestone Walker CEO Nick Firestone said in the announcement, Stone is one of the most iconic brands in American craft beer and a pioneer of the West Coast IPA. For 30 years, they've built something legendary, a brand known for its commitment to quality, drive for innovation, and a true fighting spirit. We will honor what's been built and carry it forward with the same authenticity and conviction that we love them for. The Stone heart keeps beating. The deal, of course, unites 2 of California's largest legacy craft breweries, and both of them founded in 1996. So both are celebrating 30 years this year. Stone's having their anniversary party in August. Firestone Walker at the end of next month. Now, just 4 years ago, Sapporo bought Stone for $165 million. And Firestone Walker and Duvel as a whole just acquired Trummer Pils and would drastically increase the company's share of craft beer in Southern California here. And a few employees got laid off from Trummer Pils, as to be expected. Nick Firestone told Brewbound, we become the dominant craft player in Los Angeles, San Diego, and Orange County, which is part of the rationale for this in the first place. The additions of Stone and Trummer Pils, according to Brewbound, will add around 250,000 barrels and 30,000 barrels, respectively, to Duvel USA's overall business. It would boost the company's overall output to close to 900,000 barrels. Firestone Walker produced an estimated 480,000 barrels in 2024. Boulevard and Brewery Amagang, which they also own, produced a combined 167,000 barrels. The addition it's a massive jump in volume, but still place it as the number 4 Breweries Association defined craft brewery, leaping over Tilray brands. As Firestone said to Brewbound, he said, "This is a space that we understand. It's a brand we know well. We're both celebrating our 30th birthdays this year. It's a strong IPA brand that fits like a glove into the Firestone Walker portfolio and partners well with Duvel USA. There's a lot that really just makes good sense here." I agree with him. Stone's focus is mostly IPAs. Their Buena Vista lager has done fantastic for them, but it's IPAs, gluten-reduced IPAs, things of that nature. Firestone Walker's beers are more to the aggressive side. Their sour program, their barrel-aged program with Parabola and their anniversary ales. Yes, they do IPAs, obviously. They do hazies, but, and they do a great Pivo Pills, the ESB. They do all of those things well, but IPAs are not their biggest seller. It's more of the barrel-aged stuff. So this is, again, a complementary thing. I don't want to say it's Samuel Adams Dogfish, but it's close. It's very close. Firestone Walker says Stone will maintain its distinct voice to plan moving forward to continue Stone's existing sales strategy and portfolio strategy. Firestone said to Brewbound they had been on a multi-year process of focusing on the core beers. Like I said, Stone IPA, Delicious, the Mixed Pack, Buena Vista. Those brands are household names. They just want to move that along a little bit, they're saying. They see growth potential there. And you've seen that from Stone in the last 3 years. Pulling back, not necessarily pulling back from markets, but more of anything that we do specialty, we're going to keep in California and not ship it everywhere. But if you want Stone beer, the 4 that I just mentioned, those are the beers that you're going to get. And it makes it for a little bit of a tighter fit, and which I think has benefited Stone well over the last 4 years. And what Firestone Walker wants to do is basically double down on the areas where Stone is strong. From a distributor standpoint, Firestone Walker will assume responsibility for the Stone brand in California, the Western U.S., and Texas, along with taking the lead on national accounts. Duvel USA takes over distribution responsibility for Stone east of the Rocky Mountains. So it's basically 40% in California, around 40% east of the Rockies. In Southern California, a significant part of, of course my computer has to pop up with these things. A significant part of Stone's volume is with Sunset Distributing. They acquired Stone Distribution, which is unaligned with Firestone Walker. So, they'll figure those things out. And they said they're not expecting any big changes to overhaul Stone's distribution footprint. They basically said if it's not broke, why fix it? Which is absolutely smart. Over time, here's the big thing. Over time, Stone's production is going to transition to Firestone Walker's Paso Robles production facility, which was designed to be a 1 million-barrel brewery. And Duvel USA owned Boulevard Brewing in Kansas City, Missouri, for a balanced coast-to-coast brewing footprint. So Boulevard Brewing in Kansas City will brew Stone beer going east. Paso Robles will take care of Stone the rest of the way out on the West Coast. Matt Brindelson, as Firestone Walker's brewmaster, will be overseeing all of this, so he's going to have a busy year, obviously. I think that Firestone Walker can handle it. They've certainly been able to handle the volume that they have now, and this is just an uptick of that volume. Now, following the close of the transaction, the Richmond, Virginia Stone facility will now become Sapporo's primary U.S. production hub. So it will no longer be Stone. It will be just Sapporo. Sapporo will continue to produce Stone's offerings right now at its facilities in Richmond and Escondido, California. Escondido's tap room will also continue to operate through that time. However, that tap room and production facility will be closing. Now, Firestone Walker and Duval will acquire 4 Stone tap rooms in California: the World Bistro and Gardens at Liberty Station, the Stone Brewing tap room in San Diego's Little Italy neighborhood, the tap room in Oceanside, and the tap room in Pasadena. Firestone Walker is basically saying Liberty Station is going to be their heartbeat of Stone Brewing in Southern California. That will be their hub. It's 30,000 square feet. I totally agree. They do a lot of weddings there, a lot of events. It's a big space. Totally get it. The Escondido portion of Stone Brewing will be sold. They are leasing it right now. Sapporo, I believe, leases it, but they're going to end up getting rid of that one. So that's a shame, but I get it. It's in an industrial park. Totally understand that there. Stone's licensed spaces at San Diego International Airport and at Petco Park, which was just introduced this year, will also transfer over. A significant number of Stone Brewing employees across hospitality, sales, and marketing are expected to be offered positions with Firestone Walker and Duvel. Production jobs will be assessed as brewing operations transition to new facilities. So that tells me there's going to be some layoffs there. Sapporo's executive leadership team will stay with the Japanese Brewers U.S. division. And then they're basically saying, let's see here, Sapporo is going to take over the Virginia facility, like I said, and not have to build out, but there is room to grow there. And then finally, Sapporo leases the Escondido Brewery, and they are looking to get a third party to take over the space, but something tells me that's going to end up closing. They say the Richmond place will close, the tap room, but it will eventually reopen and become a Sapporo place. After the announcement here, Sapporo expected a $23 million gain on the transfer of the Stone Brewing intellectual property and 4 hospitality properties. They say that figure is not reflective of a sales price. They're carrying that amount, and they're writing down $80 million in losses because of carrying those assets. And again, that's primarily to the brewery in Escondido, which they are actively shopping out, and they hope to wind down production at the end of this year. The sale of the Stone brand and tap rooms, they say, Sapporo says, is expected to close by the end of May. This is a huge deal, folks. It's a huge deal in the beer space. But I think it's a good one. I think it helps both. It certainly helps Stone. It helps Sapporo because now they can do their own thing and dedicate it, and that's left to their own devices. Stone hooks up with Firestone Walker. They're friends. They know each other. It all works together. So I think this is a good thing. Do I think people are going to be losing their jobs? Absolutely. I think there's going to be some attrition here. I hope it's not much. I hope that friends of mine that still work at Stone will continue to work at Stone and now be a part of the Firestone Walker Duvel family. It's a great deal. I love it. I love Firestone Walker. And by the way, I'm going to tease this before we break. David Walker, the other half of Firestone Walker, I'm recording an interview with him next week. We will have him on the program next Sunday. So we will talk about this, along with plenty of other things that Firestone Walker has going on. But this is certainly at the forefront of what is happening with Firestone Walker. So perfect timing, as they say. Up next, more news and notes on the Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970, The Answer. All right, welcome back to the Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970, The Answer. Coming up in just a little bit, Brie Devlin. She is the executive director of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey. She's going to join me on the program. New Jersey Pint Day coming up on Thursday, June 4th. It's a relaunch of the logo. There's going to be new swag, all kinds of stuff. Plus, she was at the Craft Brewers Conference in Philly this past week. Bunch of things to talk about with Brie. We'll get to that very, very shortly. But right now, as I promised, let us get into our weekly segment with Gary Monterosso from Beverage Chronicles. And this time he's talking all about festivals.
I'm Gary Monterosso for the Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast. You might have noticed beer festivals are starting to feel a little different lately. Instead of these huge, all-over-the-place events, a lot of them are getting more focused, like all lagers or all IPAs. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense. You can really sit there and go, okay, this is what separates a crisp Pilsner from a darker lager. Or compare a hazy IPA to a classic West Coast side by side. It's less about trying everything and more about actually tasting and understanding what you're drinking. So yeah, beer festivals aren't just getting bigger, they're getting smarter, and that's a pretty good thing.
Well, he's not wrong. Thank you, Gary. We appreciate that. Yeah, I do like focused festivals where it's all IPA or all lager or maybe all stouts. I think that's actually a smart idea, and maybe we're seeing some of that more. I do like trying a bunch of different things, but he's right. You can't really get around to everything when you're at a beer event, especially even like the final Atlantic City Beer and Music Fest. I didn't get to every beer. It's just impossible. We've tried it over the years. It's honestly impossible to do. So thanks, Gary. We appreciate that. After 15 years of serving the craft brewing industry with premium hand-selected hops, Hophead Farms discontinuing all operations. They're out in Michigan. Brian Dixon, the CFO at Hophead Farms, told Michigan Live, after multiple years of declining margins and reduced sales, it's time to go. They were founded back in 2011 in Hickory Corners. They were known for supplying hops across the country and the globe and operated a bunch of different places, but it was a multitude of issues facing them. Fewer brewers willing to pay a premium price for Michigan hops. Pacific Northwest hops are cheaper due to lower growing costs in the Northwest. And as a result, the company ceasing its growing and distribution operations, selling off its assets. There'll be a public auction at 10 a.m. this coming Wednesday, April 29th. Items can be inspected on Tuesday, April 28th, beginning at 8 a.m. on auction day. You can bid online as well as in person if you are looking to do that. The farm was auctioned and sold off for just short of $750,000 earlier this month. So sad to see that this hop farm is going, but understanding the economics of it, you can understand why it has happened. Miedema, M-I-E-D-E-M-A, auctioneering.com is the website for more information, auction details, and bidding registration as well. Witchcraft is returning to South Jersey. Great event that John Henderson puts on every year. Friday, the 9th and 10th of October. It'll be at the Paradise Lake Campgrounds in Hamilton. It'll be transformed into a mysterious wooded village of local partners, serving up savory stews and seasonal brews so magical it must be witchcraft. Friday, October 9th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., and Saturday, October 10th, also from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. When we get the breweries, we will certainly make that announcement. Over 60 brewmasters and distillery wizards pouring their classics as well as some seasonal debuts. Guests will stroll along an enchanted path throughout the campgrounds while sampling all of the magical liquid being poured. At the night's end, it'll be up to the attendees to decide which tent should be awarded Best Dressed, with bragging rights until next year. So you camp out, you drink. It's a fun event. Sells out every year. And John does a tremendous job with this as well. There's going to be a ton of stuff, too. They're going to have a live seance, fortune-telling, nodding for apples, costume contest, mixology demo, Scream Queen, Scream Off, a silent disco, and more. WitchcraftNJ.com for all the information. This event is rain or shine, and tickets will go on sale soon. They are not on sale yet, but WitchcraftNJ.com for more information. Our good friends from AleSmith out in Miramar in San Diego are putting on Saturday, May 16th, the AleSmith Mayfest. This is starting at noon. It'll run till 6 p.m. It's a German-inspired spring celebration with craft beer, live music, local food, and local art. Mayfest is a traditional German spring festival. It marks the arrival of warmer weather, beer garden season, and community gathering. Often considered the spring counterpart to Oktoberfest, it brings together food, music, and beer in celebration of the season. And for the event, they are tapping a special Maibach at 6.5% ABV, which is a traditional German-style spring lager known for its smooth malt character, golden color, slightly stronger body than a standard lager, offers a rich malt profile, a clean finish, and is traditionally brewed to welcome in spring. They're going to have the Sour Sam Oktoberfest band there from 2 to 6. They'll have pretzels and pints, Cujo Eats, Zoe's Place, a Doughboy, bunch of different food vendors will be at AleSmith. You certainly want to check that out. Art vendors as well. The event is free to attend. It is family-friendly. Parking is located on site at AleSmith, but all that they ask is for you to RSVP for an accurate head count and to send event updates. And then finally, New York is letting city bars and restaurants expand their option for the World Cup, which is now less than 60 days away. Governor Hochul on this past Monday announced the World Cup one-day permit will allow bars and restaurants to host up to a dozen off-site activities throughout the tournament without needing multiple permits or applications. They can apply through the State Liquor Authority's website. Event organizers will only have to notify the NYPD to get municipal approval and submit a diagram of their alcohol service area for permits to be approved. So they're trying to do this to spark some sales, which is not necessarily a bad thing, although I don't know how many people are actually going to be going to the World Cup. And I probably should have put my glasses on for this one. I wanted to read this, and my good friend Shay Franz sent over some information from the Colorado Brewers Guild on the World Beer Cup and some awards from Colorado Brewers. Congratulations to Wanderback. They won a gold in the Munich Helles Lager category. for their Wanderback lager. So kudos to them. They were, I believe, the only New Jersey brewery to win a gold medal. 19 Colorado craft breweries, however, collected a total of 23 awards at the World Beer Cup, which was held during the CBC in Philly. Let's see. I could go through the whole list. So I'll just go through the gold medal winners. River North Brewery, Squirrels Just Want to Have Fun for a coffee beer. That won gold. Bull and Bush Brewery won for Ghoul Fuel Rum Diaries Edition, which is a wood and barrel-aged beer. Ska Brewing won for their True Blonde, which is an English-style pale ale. And Cannonball Creek won for Project Alpha 81. That is a West Coast-style India Pale Ale. There were a bunch of silver medal winners as well as bronze medal winners as well. Kudos to everyone who won. And for the full list, of course, worldbeercup.org is the website for more information. And thank you, Shay, for getting that information over to me. I do appreciate it. And again, Wanderback winning for a gold for their Munich Helles Lager. Wanderback makes some great beer. Can't wait for their place to open. I would really like to get down there to check them out because they do make some delicious beer. I got to get those guys back on the program again and find out what is going on with them. Always good to catch up with the guys from Wanderback. So I'm excited. We're going to have David Walker from Firestone Walker on the program next week. Hopefully going to talk to the guys from Erratic Fermentations the following week. Lots going on here on the Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970 The Answer. We appreciate you. We appreciate the sponsors. If you want to be a sponsor on the program, hit me up with an email, albertg@nycradio.com. I'll get you the information. We do things at a good rate that will promote your product. But when we come back after a short break, Brie Devlin, the executive director of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey, joins me on the program. This is the Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970 The Answer. Final segment of the Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970 The Answer. And one of my favorite people that I like to talk to from time to time is joining me back on the program. My next guest, of course, the executive director of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey. New Jersey Pint Week. It's happening on Thursday, June the 4th. You can follow the Guild on Facebook at facebook.com/NJBeer, or you can head over to the website, brewersguildnj.com. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it right now. Let me welcome back to the program Brie Devlin. Brie, how are you?
Hey, Al, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Hey, New Jersey Pint Day, I am very excited about. It's happening on June the 4th, which is a Thursday, and a pint glass has been designed and will be for sale at lots of breweries around the state of New Jersey. How many approximately have signed up so far, and who did the artwork for the inaugural glass?
So we're happy to say we have about 35 breweries across the state that'll be carrying this glass. And actually, one of our members, Twin Elephant in Chatham, their label designer, Tom Schmidt, Schmitty Art, designed our glass for our first year. It was great.
I love it, and I love the artwork on it. It sort of emulates all of the other sort of pint glasses that like Colorado does and New York does. That same sort of artwork around the glass. And I know that a couple of breweries, I know Jersey Girl in particular, is doing a promotion where you buy a beer, you get to keep the glass, and they're going to set a price on it. So that, which I think is awesome, and that's the great part about New Jersey Pint Day. It's not only do you get a very cool glass for your craft beer, but a portion of the proceeds goes directly to the Brewers Guild. Brie, what does that $1 from each glass help the Guild out with?
So our responsibility as a Guild is to promote, protect, and help our breweries plan for the future. So this dollar is getting actually directly donated by the glassware company. So our breweries get to keep all the profits from the glassware. So it's also a way to get people out for the day. And the way that I like to think about it is, get people all across the state cheersing together on one day. And yeah, how special is that?
Oh, it's great. And then it's one of those things where you come home with it, it becomes a conversation piece. Somebody says, oh, where did you get that glass? Well, you had to be at the brewery for New Jersey Pint Day, and that, to me, sparks interest. And maybe for next year, you get more breweries that get involved, which would be pretty awesome. We're talking with Brie Devlin, the executive director of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey. New Jersey Pint Day. It's coming up on Thursday, June the 4th. $1 from every pint glass purchased goes directly to help the Brewers Guild. You can follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/NJBeer. The website, of course, is brewersguildnj.com. We're here on the Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970, The Answer. Will there be another New Jersey Beer Week, Brie? And if so, are there dates that you guys are looking at right now?
So, Al, I'm kind of calling this year our interim year. As everyone knows, I started last year.
Right.
We did New Jersey Craft Beer Week. We did the New Jersey Craft Beer Week in July of last year. And so what we're doing this year is focusing really on the Pint Day, just to see kind of get people out for that one day. And we have some exciting plans for 2027 and how we're going to incorporate a full week of events. But yeah, so this year we wanted to kind of focus on one single day, make it a little bit more concentrated so that when we really kick things off in 2027, we've got a good baseline.
Now, not only have you guys sort of redesigned the website, but there's also going to be new swag that's going to be available to purchase very soon. What can folks be able to purchase on the website when it's up and running?
So we will be launching this upcoming Sunday our newest campaign that the Guild's putting together to promote our brewery is called Welcome to the Beer Garden State, using the Beer Garden State as how we want to brand our breweries going forward. So we'll have merch that reflects this. So drink from the Beer Garden State. We'll have awesome headgear, totes, shirts, hoodies, all of the above. And it's great. Yeah, it's going to be an awesome feature that we're able to have. We'll be able to put seasonal stuff out, and we're really kicking things off over here.
I love it. And the obviously the purchases from people that buy the shirts and the hats and the swag and stuff, that will help the Brewers Guild as well in their quest to help with lawmakers and things of that nature. It continues to perpetuate the Brewers Guild, which I think is an awesome thing. Now, you were at the Craft Brewers Conference this past week down in Philadelphia. First, how was the beer crawl that you guys put together, attended on Sunday? Did folks enjoy the experience of some Southern Jersey hospitality?
Well, yes, you can tell I was at the conference the last couple of days because I'm a little bit hoarse. Let's say New Jersey got down in Philadelphia this year. But so we did we had a Don't Fear the River South Jersey Brewery tour on Sunday where we were able to travel to 3 of our member breweries that are within like a 15-minute drive of Philly. So it was great. We had 25 people on the tour. And honestly, for me, the most amazing thing about it is we had people from Japan, Australia, Czech Republic, Canada that all came and, wouldn't have come into our small little state otherwise.
That's pretty cool.
Our small but mighty state.
Absolutely. And kudos to Wanderback Beer Works for winning a gold at the World Beer Cup Awards for their Helles Munich Lager, which is pretty cool, too. I think they were the only ones in New Jersey to win a medal, but that's awesome news. It's always good when the Garden State is represented at the World Beer Cup Awards. Now, what was your...
Al, actually... Yeah. Oh, sorry, Al.
No, tell me.
We had 4 breweries that won in our state. Forgive me, it's not directly in front of me, but we had Oddbird Brewing, Mudhen, Subculture, and Wanderback. So we have 4, and I think that's awesome.
Awesome, because
I'm so proud of all of them.
I was trying to scroll through the list pretty quick, and my eyes sort of, it gets a little hazy after a while because the only thing that I don't like about that list is they don't list it by state. So it would be cool if there was a drop box there from the Brewers Association that you could just narrow in from state and get the winners. But that's awesome. Listen, the more medals in New Jersey, the better.
That I'm going to give them.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I think there's another awards thing where they classify it by state, but it's not the World Beer Cup. Now, what was your biggest takeaway from the CBC for the couple of days that you were down there?
So I'm very fortunate, because of me being in this role that I get to spend a lot of my time when I'm out at these conferences with other directors of other states. Each day we had about an hour and a half together where, 2 of the days were focused topics, and then one of the days was an open forum for, people to ask questions, newer people in the roles to ask people who have been in the roles for 10 plus years to, for guidance. our guild is very, I keep calling this a newer organization. While there's been many iterations of it over the last couple of years, I think that the guild in its current iteration is the most fruitful it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that we're finally in this little renaissance period. So I couldn't be more grateful for the peers that I've met, over this last year.
Right.
The advice that they've given me, I always give the major props to Paul Leone from New York State Brewers Association,
mm-hmm.
who, sees the value of his neighboring state having, for lack of a better word, a kick-ass, and you can bleep that out if you need to, a beer scene. We're, I love this state and I love the beer in the state, and I know there's plenty more people like me. So learning from these other states and how they're promoting is invaluable.
100%. Paul does a fantastic job because New York is an enormous state, and he has to cover it all, and he does a great job at curating all of that stuff. We're talking with Brie Devlin, the executive director of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey. New Jersey Pint Day is Thursday, June the 4th. $1 from every pint glass purchased goes directly to help the Brewers Guild. You can follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/NJBeer. The website is brewersguildnj.com, and they'll at some point in the next few weeks, they'll have a list of all the breweries that are participating in New Jersey Pint Day. We're here on the Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970 The Answer. So, Brie, new year, new governor with Mikey Sherrill. I know the former governor, Phil Murphy, was trying to hit a home run on his way out of office with liquor license reform, which did not go over so well with the legislature, and that was sort of tabled. Has there been any signal at all from the governor on how she feels one way or the other about breweries?
What I can speak to that is, right now, obviously, we're in this transition period between administrations.
Right.
So the one thing that I can say is that a few of our members were part of the transition team. Mm-hmm. So at the very least, these conversations are happening. Okay. So I am confident that we have a seat at the table. And I'm very excited to see what that seat looks like going forward.
All right. And I know Bart Watson had said during the Craft Brewers Conference this week about how, obviously breweries, there are a lot of breweries that have still been closing down and going out of business, but the trend seems to be more of that local small town feel, which is the perfect setup for New Jersey because we do have so many breweries that are in these small local towns. Is that something that you're looking to promote going forward as the new refresh of the website and the new the Jersey is the beer garden state? Is that the new look going forward?
So, I think, the conversation kind of always comes back to, oh man, is the industry dying? Is beer doomed? But, I think, and this was a conversation we had a lot over the last couple of days, is beer's just a little bit different right now. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't mean it's bad. While we have breweries that are closing, we also have breweries that are opening second or third locations.
Right.
We have breweries that are opening with backgrounds that are well respected over decades of the industry. And I'm happy to say that, especially this year, last year felt a little bit more doom and gloom, but the amount of breweries we have opening this year versus the amount that we have closing is far higher, which makes me excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think from all the breweries that I've been talking to, they're really focused on that, community, that third place for their tap rooms.
100.
And I think that's a good idea. I think until, we navigate the distribution market, mm-hmm. With even on a federal level, we're in an interesting place when it comes to THC beverages taking up liquor store space.
Right.
So, I think that going into these times where it feels a little bit murky and having something that's a little bit more controllable that you can make more profit on, I think is the way to go. And I support it, wholeheartedly.
All right. Finally, last one from me, Brie. Coming up later in the summer, the second New Jersey Brewers Conference. Give folks the details on that, where it's going to be taking place and who can attend.
So we have our second Brewers Conference, August 24th to the 26th, 2026 in Hackensack, New Jersey. It's a technical conference for, it's a conference or not technical.
Right.
Sorry, my dog just started to go on my lap. It's a conference for, anywhere from owners to brewers to taproom managers to marketing people in the industry. And, we are so excited. Last year we hit our small goal of attendees. And this year I can give a little bit of a sneak peek that we just locked in our night one keynote speaker as Sam Calagione from Dogfish Head.
Awesome.
So, yeah. We've got a lot of cool things. We're incorporating a beer competition this year for the first time in our state. So, we're very excited for this year.
I love it. And Sam always has something good to say, so that is really cool. I know that you guys were trying to get him last year and it didn't work out, but I'm glad that he's going to be there this year, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be taking place on August the 24th through the 26th at the Hilton in Hackensack, New Jersey. My guest has been Brie Devlin. She's the executive director of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey. New Jersey Pint Day is Thursday, June the 4th. $1 from every pint glass purchase goes directly to help the Brewers Guild. Facebook.com/NJBeer. The website, of course, is Brewers Guild New Jersey, NJ.com. Brie, thanks for joining me tonight. I always appreciate it, and good luck with New Jersey Pint Day.
Oh, Al, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. Hey, my thanks to everybody who was on the program, including my guest, the executive director of the Brewers Guild of New Jersey, Brie Devlin. I will be back actually on Tuesday on the Joe Piscopo Show. I'm actually off on Monday. I will see you on Tuesday at 6 a.m. on the Joe Piscopo Show. This has been the Al Gattulo Craft Beer Cast on AM 970 The Answer. Cheers, everybody.